Hey everybody, it's Melissa. There's been so much that's happened this past week. I just came back from Lisbon, Portugal. It was so beautiful. And on top of that, I got food poisoning. And instead of resting like any normal person, I want to make a video for y'all because I miss y'all, all right? So as always, my top 5 favorite fragrances of February. And honestly, I was kind of shocked with this roster myself because there's been a lot of the same fragrances and there's still going to be some same ones here, but you'll see. All right. In 5th place, Rehab by Initio. This scent, I know I probably shouldn't be smelling stuff right now because it might make me nauseous. Not because the fragrances are bad, because of what's going on right here. But you know what? For the video. Damn, this thing still smells so good. So Rehab to me smells like a luxurious Spice Bomb Extreme by Viktor and Rolf, if you will, like a niche version of that fragrance, except for instead of it being more sharp and tobacco dominant, it's more of a lavender scent. So it's more smooth around the edges, very refined. And I do find this to be like a very unique fragrance for sure when you're wearing it around other people. It's not the type of scent that you're going to be smelling on a daily basis. And I do want to make a video for y'all about the most popular fragrances that I smelled on my trip when I was in Portugal. And I'm sure that right now, if you guess in the comment section, a lot of you will be getting it right. But even with Spice Bomb Extreme, I don't smell it as often. I did though on that trip. But this one right here, I have not smelled anybody wearing Rehab before in passing. But even for me, when I wore it earlier this month, I was like, this thing is so gorgeous, you know? And it's definitely more of a fall winter fragrance for me, just because the warmth here can kind of ramp up pretty fast. So even wearing this in the spring could be a little bit dangerous because even though it has some freshness from that lavender, there definitely is a sweet profile to this scent that if overheated, it might become a bit nauseating to smell. And this is the type of fragrance that people go nose blind to. So you're probably gonna think to yourself, oh, this thing's not lasting on me, let me spray even more. I promise you, it definitely does last, and it comes in waves. And that's very normal for a lot of fragrances in the first place. You're not gonna smell it the whole entire wear time on yourself for the most part. It's gonna just go in and out, and that's fine, all right? Going nose blind, not a bad thing at all. But with Rehab, I definitely get over 6-7 hours of performance with this fragrance for under 5 sprays, all right? And as always, I'll put a discount link for the fragrances and discount codes pinned in the comment section below in case you want to get a hand on them, your hands on them, your nose on them, and if you want to support the channel. But of course, please buy where you're comfortable. In 4th place, Silver Mountain Water by Creed. And yeah, the white bottles are in full effect. It's crisp. That's to me the best way to, if I had to pick one word to sum up Silver Mountain Water, I would say the word crisp. Because yes, it's fresh, but there is a little bit of an aquatic vibe to me, but it really reminds me of being next to a waterfall. Like when I smell this fragrance, it reminds me of going on a hike to see a waterfall. You get to the viewpoint, you're sitting there, the air just feels more crisp than usual. If you like to go hiking, you know what I'm talking about. And it's just like a relaxing, zenned out experience, even though you're probably gassed from all of that hiking. But it's beautiful, and you just enjoy the scenery right there. You know, that is what Silver Mountain Water reminds me of. It takes a little bit of what's my memory with going hiking and then just kind of embodies it in this fragrance. So whether you want to wear this in a professional setting or you want to wear it in a relaxed setting, whether you're in like a button up or a white shirt, or even like, let's say if you want to wear like a sundress on a boat or something, right? Or if you're in a pencil skirt or in slacks at work, it's gonna smell really, really good. And it's the type of fragrance that, like Rehab, a lot of people don't wear this scent, okay? And I really like specifying that in my videos for y'all, is whenever people online are telling you things are overrated and basic and overdone, like with Silver Mountain Water, people don't know niche fragrances like that. So I think it's very important to keep that in perspective, because the people calling it basic, it's just going to be called basic in online groups. But in person, you're not passing by a bunch of people only wearing Silver Mountain Water. And this isn't even the most popular fragrance from the brand. That would probably be Creed Aventus. But even with Aventus, it's not as worn as the internet says it is in person. There's way more people that aren't watching fragrance videos than there are people that do watch them. And in case I didn't say it, this one is a unisex fragrance. This one, I believe it's marketed as unisex, but more people find it more masculine. And I see that. It has a touch of masculinity, but very, very beautiful. People complain about the performance though. And again, it's a freshie. If you're going for performance, Creed is probably not going to be the brand for you. From what I understand, they use a lot of natural ingredients over synthetics. So that is an explanation as to why it doesn't perform as well. But if it's worth it to you, it's totally dependent on what's in your budget, what's in your price range, and how much you love the fragrance. Okay, third place, Sedley by Parfums de Marly. I know it's only February, but it's already starting to get warmer. And I love the fresh fragrances, dude. These are just year-round things for me. Sexy, fresh, and on top of that, it's citrusy, okay? But Sedley is what I call an effortlessly sexy fragrances. All right, there are some scents that, like when you smell La Nuit de l'Homme by YSL, you know it's supposed to be a sex in a bottle type of fragrance, right? But when you smell something like Sedley, it's relaxed, it's very approachable, and it's effortless. It just smells so good. So again, whether you're wearing this just having fun or you're wearing this in a professional setting, it just smells good no matter what. And I always get questions from people saying, should I get Sedley or should I get Greenlee? For me, it's not even a question. I don't think that Greenlee holds anything against Sedley. And again, everybody's opinion is going to vary. From my experience and from what I can tell you based off the interactions that I've had, women tend to love Sedley way more, whereas men tend to enjoy Greenlee. The only people that have ever been like, oh, I'm torn between Sedley and Greenlee, like which one do I pick, have typically been guys that are like, oh, maybe I like Greenlee more. And again, you gotta rock what you like. If you're feeling Greenlee more, then get Greenlee, you know? But for me, I think that this one it's so amazing. It's easy, and I love simple type of fragrances. I don't want something that's super complex. I want something that's straight to the point, but high quality. And I will say that this is a very mass appealing fragrance for sure. And performance here does run me over 7 hours for a fresh fragrance, which is pretty nuts. So again, keep in mind that I live where it's warmer. So a lot of the fragrances that you hear me talk about when I'm talking about performance, they will last longer because the heat just helps push the fragrance out for me. All right. So that could be a reason as to why a lot of you living in colder environments are kind of wondering, well, how come Silver Mountain Water doesn't last on me? Elysium, Sedley, they're not performing like they do on you, on myself, right? And that could be a big factor. And then of course, maybe it's just the way that the freshies latch onto my skin. All right, second place, really a no-brainer right here. Salt and Pepper by Precious Liquid, y'all. This is, what did I just say about Sedley? That it's like, I like simple fragrances. That's how I feel about Salt and Pepper. Is the second you smell this, you already know the type of fragrance that it's gonna be. It's like a sexy, masculine fragrance that just makes people go feral. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is really that type of fragrance that is just gonna make people go nuts. When I say people, I gotta be specific. I'm talking about women. All right, this fragrance has never failed when I've worn it around a woman. It's just been very addictive, intoxicating to the point. And again, it's a high quality fragrance. I have talked about this scent for, man, has it been maybe 2 years or so? And man, there was a big hate train before when I used to talk about this fragrance because everyone's like, oh, you're talking about it because you just have a code, blah, blah, blah. But the people that have been subscribed to my channel know that I've been talking about this brand since before there was any sort of discount code, before the brand even found out who I was. That's how much I loved this fragrance. And it's been a consistent hitter in my collection. And again, when it comes to the price, like, this is a $275 bottle, all right, 75 ml. To a lot of people, that's not worth it. And you just have to deduce that by yourself, by your finances, by your income, right? If that's not worth it to you, then of course, you know, don't get it. But for me, this is definitely gonna be a fragrance that will always be in my collection. And I think I said in the beginning of this video, I do have a discount code for some of these fragrances, discount links if you guys want to utilize that. But I could care less what people say on the internet in my DMs saying that they don't find it worth it, that it's overrated, that I'm talking about it too much. I will always talk about fragrances I love, and I will always be authentic with you guys. That is just the way that I started my channel, and that is not changing anytime soon, all right? But this one, it's a peppery Ambroxan fragrance. A lot of people ask me, well, is that basically Sauvage? I looked on Fragrantica, it looks like it's the same sort of notes. I don't think it smells like Sauvage. The only people that have come to me with that have been, guys that tell me, but when I've worn it around women that have strictly only smelled Sauvage on guys, they have never been like, are you wearing Sauvage that smells like Sauvage? Never, ever have I gotten that comment before. I have just gotten nonstop compliments, the nose to the neck, strangers asking me, what are you wearing? And writing down the name of the fragrance because it's that good. All right, when you have a niche fragrance, and to me, this is my sweet spot. If you follow my channel, then you already know what I'm about to say, but I'm a sucker for niche fragrances, of course, that have that mass appeal, that's high quality, but it's the type of scent that when you're wearing it around people, they go freaking nuts for it. But when they ask you where you get it from or what it's called, they just kind of go blank because they don't know what niche fragrances are. This brand is not popular like Creed. It's not popular like MFK. It's not popular like how Parfums de Marly is rising in the ranks, right? So I like how low key it is, but this thing, I'm batting at 100% with this fragrance. It does not fail me. So I love it so much. And again, it's working really, really well in the weather that I live in. I wear this year round, and it's kind of, is it springtime based? It feels like spring here, but so good. So good. Again, nothing complicated about this fragrance, but that's why I love it. And in first place, I don't know if y'all are going to be able to guess this scent because I don't think it's been in my top fives, but this is the fragrance that I brought with me to Portugal, and it's so good. It's called Le Montsoutais by Louis Vuitton, and I've talked about this scent for, I feel like last year. I do have reviews of this fragrance, and I liked it, right? I wasn't as in love with the scent. Well, I think I did love it, but it's just kind of, I didn't end up really using it as much. But I saw the sample laying down in my desk, and I was like, all right, I'm going to bring this. I don't want to just get a vial and have to spray my fragrance in there. Let's just make it easy. And this scent, again, it's a masculine fragrance. It smells fresh. It has almost this aquatic ginger vibe to it, and I'm a sucker for ginger fragrances. And there is a touch of sweetness to this scent that is I think it's amber or something that gives it just a well-rounded profile, in my opinion. And there is ambroxan as well in this fragrance. It'll just do it for you. It will just do it for you. I realize that the fragrances in this list, maybe with the exception of Salt and Pepper and potentially Rehab, are just they smell like work hard, play hard fragrances. When you are, you're working, you're hustling, you're doing whatever it is to make a living for yourself, and you're smelling fantastic. And then after work, you're going to happy hour, or you're hanging out with some people, you're just having a fun time enjoying life, right? I feel like a lot of these fragrances make a good transitional scent when you're going from work to having a lot of fun. And Le Montsoutais is so good. I get questions about Imagination all the time, and for me, I love Le Montsoutais more than I like Imagination. I love Afternoon Swim and Heures d'Absence more than I like Imagination. That one to me is not, it's okay, but this one, it was popping in and out, and I honestly expected the performance to kind of be not that great. I was thinking, all right, maybe it'll be like a 4-hour fragrance because it's just off this tiny little sample here. And I did about 7 sprays, one behind each ear, the back of my neck, back of my shoulder blades, and then the front of my shoulder blades because it's tiny. And I'm mad because I'm almost done with it. And now I want to get a full one, right? But with those 7 sprays, I could smell that on myself for over 8 hours. I kid you not. We went to Sintra, and then in the morning I applied it. And then when we were on the train ride back, I could still smell it. I promise this probably lasted over 8 hours on me, but I was already just like tired. I was not even focused on my fragrance or anything like that. But I could still smell this scent. It was putting in that work. And I'm like, dang, should I get a full-size bottle of this fragrance? I'm contemplating it, y'all. But you let me know what you think, what your favorite Louis Vuitton fragrance is. This one is, it's so good. I can't even, I want to spray it right now. I know I shouldn't wear a fragrance for obvious reasons, as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, but this little sample it's testing me. It's tempting me right now. I shouldn't give in. But as always, I gotta resist the urge. All right, you guys let me know what your top 5 favorite fragrances of February are. And in the comment section below, I mean, where else are you gonna put it, right? And yeah, expect that video maybe tomorrow. If I'm feeling better, I'll try to make that video for y'all tomorrow about the like top fragrances I smelled on people when I was in Lisbon. And let me know in the comment section as well which fragrances you think they are. All right, I hope y'all have a great day. I missed y'all. All right, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.